You guys are so lost. You've lost your way. You have to understand that you're so lost in your abyss, in your own mind, that you have fallen away from your own principles. The principles to keep you on a straight and narrow path, to keep you in the light. All of you guys operate from this level of shadow. You are a shadow of what you could be. You have to understand that all of you guys walk around and you sit here, you try to escape yourself with the weed, with the bottle. You sit here, you are embodying something you don't want to be. You look in the mirror and you see a disappointment, and then you try to cover that and hide that with all these contaminations of filth that you induce into your psyche, like the alcohol and whatever the fuck you need to try and escape that pussy in the mirror. Bitch, understand that the only thing you have to do is actually uncover who the fuck you are. And how do you do that? You actually peel back the layers of that pussy you always neglect. Every time you pick up the fucking food, every time you pick up the fucking vape, look in the mirror, bitch, and ask why. You'll realize that you don't even know why you are subconsciously destroying yourself. You sit here every day and passively destroy yourself. You have a mission to decimate your own existence, and then you sit here with the lack of self-restraint, aka the lack of self-love, aka self-hatred. You don't possess enough self-love to actually move in a direction that is positive for you. You don't have enough self-love to shine the light, to pick up a flashlight and point it at the shadow which you live in. All of you guys are hiding from yourselves. All of you guys sit there, you watch the dirtiest of fucking porn. That is a reflection of that empty ass fucking soul. You have to understand that you guys sit there, you passively kill yourself through all these channels, inputs of just destruction, and then you guys sit here entitled as fuck, like you guys, you know, have been through some shit, like you guys have depth. You have to understand that it's very fucking simple. Look in the mirror and confront that bitch. And I say this shit all the time. You have to look in the mirror and you have to actually confront that individual, because if not, you're going to die that bitch, and you're going to waste your life as a shadow of what you could have been. And so when we look at resistances and intention, you have to understand that within your mind creates tension. Your mind is static. The moment you put a motivation or you have reasons to move in a certain way, you create an intention. Now you have tension in your mind, which you're going to manifest movement. Your mind is going to start producing outcomes. So every action that you do in your life is producing an outcome, even if you're not doing anything. So if you're a lazy piece of shit, if you could sit there every day and watch TV, sit on the couch and eat chips, you are producing the outcome of being a low-level piece of shit your entire fucking life. And so you have to truly understand that you have to figure out why you are such a dumb bitch to yourself, and then you have to truly look in the mirror and ask why. And when you find out why, when you realize that you are, most of you guys go unconsciously your entire fucking life feeding the same things that destroy you. The moment you find out why, this is where you can actually start moving forward, conquering the negative resistance, conquering the negative intention that you have onto yourself by creating a positive intention, and using that positive intention to create a positive outcome, which is defeating the negative intention and then moving in the right direction. All of you guys are walking fucking backwards in the fucking path of life. You have to understand that the existence that you have is so rare. You have to understand that the universe exploded and boom, we evolved into what the fuck we are now. So if you believe you're separate from the universe, you're dumb as fuck, because that is the wound where you were first fucking, that's where you came from. You have to understand that if the universe was the origin of existence and you are now an existential entity diverged into the fucking universe, well, you have to understand that you are one with the universe, dumb bitch. And so when you sit there and you go against yourself, you are the best weapon against yourself. You sit there, no one can destroy you but yourself. And so you have all these things around you and you fulfill these cadences that allow you to permeate the fucking, you know, to permeate your own existence with the self-demolition. Well, all you had to do was actually uncover the potential within yourself by facing it. All of you guys are so fearful. You live in fear. This is why you need a vape. There's something in you that you are hiding from and you're afraid to confront. And the reason you're afraid to confront is because it'll leave you uncomfortable. You might have to sit there in the cold. You might have to sit there in the abyss. You might have to stare into the darkest of shadows with no fucking fear. But you're too much of a cunt to actually do it. And so when you see people that do that actively and demonstrate how you can do it, don't feel envious. Don't feel all this weird shit, because you at the same opportunity, you never actually willed it. You have to have some willpower. You have to have some discipline. You have to have some form of, essentially, love for yourself to move you in the direction that you need to go. It's all self-fucking love, and that's what the fuck you lack. You have to understand, if you truly love yourself, you will not sit there and just eat chips until you fucking throw up. You will not sit there and watch porn every fucking night. And you definitely won't sit there and passively fucking kill yourself with a fucking vape. And so we have to actually use our mind and understand that, if I hit this vape and I lose 2 HP, but I allow myself to do it, I'm willingly putting my fucking energy into this. You are willingly passively killing yourself. And so this is why we have to truly dive into your mind and find out why. And most of the time it's because you feel worthless deep down. Not, when we look at you and you smile at school or, at work or whatever the fuck you do in your day-to-day fucking existence and your sequencing of life, you have to understand that that is a psychological mask, and buried underneath that is all the shit that you ignore. A fucking carpet, and underneath the carpet is all the shit that you ignore. And so we have to truly pull off the rug to look at all the shit and start cleaning it up. And how do you do that? You go to the website and you look at the fucking free blueprint, which is very straightforward. All you need is a journal. And so it's very fucking simple. You write down all the negative habits, you write down all the positive habits. Positive habits equal heaven, negative habits equal hell. And so most of you guys have fucking 20 negative habits and 3 positive habits, and then the positive habits you barely fulfill, and every single day you wake up and fulfill the negative habits. And so when we reflect on who the fuck you are a self-demolishing fucking organism that is failing every day at the same shit. You said you were gonna quit, you said you were gonna hit the gym, and guess what? You fucking failed. Every time you failed. And so you are failing at being a fucking organism, because if the monkey is sober and fit, and you're failing at being sober and fit, bitch, you're failing at being a fucking monkey. And so we have to really dissect who the fuck you are internally. All of you guys can sit there, smile and laugh and joke, and it's very insecure of you to sit there and smile at that pussy who's actively destroying themselves. And it's deeper than the smoke. You have to understand that you operate from tension. Your mind is a literal tool that is, for you to create, to innovate, to replace the destructive habits and patterns with positive habits and patterns. And so you guys use the tool for you to grow. Like every other thing in the fucking universe, everything grows, everything expands. All the universe has done since fucking existence, the birth of existence, is expansion. And so you sit there every day and you contract yourself with a bottle, with a vape, and with a bitch of a fake friend to smile in your face to make you feel comfortable while you do it. And so, they say suffering loves company, and it's fucking true. Because the moment you outgrow and you outshine those around you, you will see the truth. You will see the shadow reveal itself. You can't see the shadow when you're in the darkness, bitch. You only expose the shadow when you become the light. And so what you need to do is your development. It's called evolution. It's called actually aligning with your highest outcome and potential. It's called actually fulfilling, being responsible, and cleaning up the shit in your world. You have to understand that your perception creates your fucking reality. And if you're too fucking stupid and you're such a low-level human to enter a state of cognitive dissonance when hearing something that could actually, do something for you. I mean, you can't even do shit for yourself. Look at you. Look in the mirror, bitch, with your shirt off, and you'll see how bad you really are at being a fucking monkey. And so you have to understand that life is about growing and expansion. It's about power. Power equals control. And the way you gain power is by conquering the resistances in your mind, by looking at the intentions that you possess within yourself and then conquering the negative ones, producing more positive ones on an infinite fucking loop. It's called the eternal work until you hit the fucking casket. Most of you guys operate from this loop. You need to get high because you need to get by because you're so fucking low that bitch didn't even realize that there was a state of being high just by being yourself all the fucking time. And so while you sit there and passively kill yourself, try to escape yourself, can't escape the unescapable, you dumb bitch. And that's why every day we wake up, we hit the 3 a.m. wake up, we hit the gym every fucking day. We never miss a macro count. We always read more than you. We put our energy into more, we work more hours than you. And every day we're going to wake up and outwork the fuck out of you because life isn't just some fucking mirage that, we're not just sequencing through existence, It's called actually being a fucking man, being a fucking responsible adult. It's called actually being something. All of you guys are being nothing, and you can see it through your habits because your habits are a reflection of your soul. And if you don't reflect, you'll project. So maybe look in the mirror and fix that pussy. Look at the habits that you indulge in. Realize that the porn is really just leaving you empty. Realize that the vape is really subtracting the years off of your life. And realize that the weed is really just you trying to escape the uncomfortableness that you possess within yourself. You are uncomfortable within yourself, so you need an scapegoat, and that's the weed that you smoke. So keep escaping that pussy, and every day we're just gonna outwork the fuck out of you and let the results speak for themselves. None of you guys can actually hold something together for years on end, catch a trophy, throw it behind you until the stack behind you is so fucking big and still want more. You guys always want the instant gratification, and that's why you need the weed. That's why you need to smoke. You couldn't quit if you wanted to. So before you sit there with an insecure look, before you sit there with this pretentious fucking look, understand that you couldn't quit if you wanted to. You're a slave to your own mind. You're that low level. And so we have to truly dive and delve into the depth of how pathetic you really are to show you what you could be, but you're not being because you're too immature. You're a low-level fuck, and you're going to die that bitch that never confronted that bitch in the mirror. That's straight up. Now, personal development link in the community, and go into the community and understand that you only live once. Your existence is finite, and the moment you just lost a moment ago, you won't get back. Every time you sit there and you waste time on earth, valuable time, precious time, and not channeling that time and energy into improving your existence, guess what? You're going to be in the back of the fucking line because every day we showed up, no matter the circumstance, no matter the internal feeling, no matter how we felt, no matter what the fuck was in front of us, every day we showed up as the best. And so when we're better than you, bitch, remember that it was your choice to stay last place, not ours. It's not our fault you're a bitch. It's your fault you're a bitch, and you should confront that bitch to fix some shit. Personal development begins after personal confrontation. But if you can't confront your own fucking flaws, well, guess what? You're going to remain the flaw while we perfect ourselves and become flawless. You have to understand that you will grow into what you see. Your perception creates your reality. That's why everyone has a different perspective. Your perspective is flawed because you are seeing through a distorted lens, and you're distorted by what you put your time and energy into because your habits inhabit your mind, because your habits is what you literally put your mind into. And so your habits reflect your character, and your character is shit. You're poorly developed. You need to grow, and it's that straight up. Peace!